seen lately. Senator Blackburn is with us now to talk more about this. Senator, good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Yes, happy to join you. Thank you.
So I'm wondering what the line is, because this is a free speech question, right? We want people to be able to protest in this country. It's what makes America great. What is the line between free speech in your mind and hateful, dangerous behavior?
When you are blocking roadways and prohibiting people from getting to their destinations, and you are carrying out a protest in an area that is not designated for such, then that is what becomes a public endangerment. And that is why we have this legislation. Blocking train stations, bus stations, blocking entries to airports, blocking bridges and interstates. That is not the place to be to carry out your protest. So putting in place penalties, putting in place a provision that would give up to 5 years in prison is appropriate for this because of the danger that is caused to the public in these actions.
The Safe and Open Streets Act. Do you have support moving forward, and what are your concerns about the challenges you may face?
Of course, we're going to have some support moving forward, and of course, I'm sure there are going to be some challenges, but you know what? There's a time and a place for everything. And most cities and municipalities have a process for granting permits, and they have places for protest, the public to speak, for that to be carried out. And these groups and organizations, instead of blocking streets or prohibiting emergency personnel from being able to get to people with medical issues, or people to make a flight, or people to be able to get to work, or to get a child to school, that is inappropriate. So that is the purpose of this legislation, is to put those penalties in place.
And fueling many of these demonstrations is the ongoing situation in the Middle East and concerns by some of the pro-Palestinian protesters of what we're seeing happen in Gaza. Speaker Mike Johnson in the House is putting forth several foreign aid bills. One would be to support Israel. It's yet to be seen if these bills will make it out of the House and head to the Senate. But would you support what's being proposed right now to address what we're seeing overseas in the Middle East?
And I was on the floor of the Senate on Monday night with my unanimous consent request for my bill to aid Israel. It would provide them with the $17.6 billion that is necessary for restocking Iron Dome and David Sling and Arrow, and the protection for our embassy and our embassy personnel. My legislation would have done that without any offsets. Israel needs this. After the attack, the first ever direct attack on them by Iran, who has had as their goal to destroy Israel and to destroy the U.S., it is appropriate that we move that funding forward.
And holding up a lot of funding right now is the situation at the southern border with immigration. The Senate voted Wednesday to dismiss 2 articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. What now from Republicans?
I think what now is from the American people. The issue of border security, and that open border is the #1 issue in this election cycle. I hear about it everywhere I go in Tennessee, and even with my colleagues across the country. This is the #1 issue, and the reason is every town's a border town, every state a border state, and people know it is the Biden administration and Secretary Mayorkas that have opened this border wide up. When you look at the fentanyl in communities, the human trafficking, the sex trafficking, the gangs that are running into cities and towns that have never had a gang, people are seeing this in their daily lives. They want the border secured. They felt it was appropriate for Secretary Mayorkas to be impeached and that trial to take place, and the outrage from people that Senator Schumer basically broke years of tradition, never, ever have articles of impeachment been dismissed by the Senate without a trial, that we have the responsibility to bring that information forward. But he decided to dismiss it. Every single Democrat senator voted with him. And that defies our constitutional authority, and it removes our constitutional responsibility, Article 1, Section 3, to hold that trial and to determine if someone is guilty as impeached by the House.
Well, we can all agree the challenge at the border is a real concern. What we can't agree on, it seems, is how we fix it. Senator Blackburn, thank you so much for your time.
You got it. Thank you.
House Speaker Mike Johnson